Hello everyone, Mercury here. Today I'm joining you guys to talk about what I feel the good that has come out of the last 18, 19 months with this COVID stuff. So the good things that I feel have happened is in the early days, there was a lot of confrontation, a lot of vulgarity and ugliness towards one another for having different views, different opinions, conflicting information, and all that kind of stuff. And there was a lot of hate, a lot of conflict. And this is one thing that I feel, and what I've noticed is that we've purged a lot of that nastiness. We're less likely to engage. We're less likely to be confrontational. We're just not interested in that argument anymore. Okay? So that's one thing that I feel that's good, is that humanity has purged a lot of that aggression towards each other. It's still there. There's still some. It's nowhere near as bad as it was, Now, the other thing that I feel good that came out of this, and I feel like we haven't really seen the fruits of this as of yet, but I feel that's what's coming next. And it's a change in what we value. Okay, so personally, I feel like we are all corrupted in a way. There's some of us who are uncorruptible and will not allow these things to affect their choice. But for the most part, we all fall under the umbrella of receiving a paycheck or having property or possessions to hold on to and protect. And to certain degrees, this keeps us compliant to want to remain in our what's the word I'm looking for, in our class, in our financial realm that we have been existing in and developing. We don't want to lose all of this in which we built. So therefore, we hold on to it and are willing to fork over some of our freedoms, perhaps some of our better judgment, to maintain this in which we value. Okay, but as people face losing their jobs, as the supply chains start coming to a grinding halt, we are inevitably going to need to start to come together and help each other out. There are going to be those probably lots of people who will choose to hoard and be more self-centered and be like, you know, with their guns and whatever, protecting their property and their possessions. But then there's others who are just going to open their doors to community and one another to help each other get through this. And that's another purge, right? A purge of our values. Do we value material possession, or are we going to come to value one another? Okay. And just as our narratives brought us into echo chambers, that's as well what's going to happen here, where you are going to find your community, and those who hoard and choose to arm themselves, I feel will perpetuate their violence onto others in that same situation, and somehow through the laws of attraction will be carried towards their own battles, in like the whole reason for all of this is to purge these shadows. So if you're not purging your shadows, the universe is going to bring you towards the events that will continue, where you will continue to face until you either come to your demise or you come to purge this in which does not serve you or any of us. So you are, lastly, I guess, is and this doesn't matter where you stand. I feel like those in the freedom movement that have been most angry throughout the past year and a half, you don't see them as much anymore. They are no longer they are no longer participating as they were. And I feel it's because their energy became draining and toxic to themselves in their own lives. And so, the other great thing that's going on is either you're getting more and more angry, which in a way is purging that anger, or the other side is you start to become more spiritual, closer to God, if you will, or the universe, or whichever, whatever you subscribe to. I feel like faith and hope and trust in the process is starting to develop. So these are all good things that are coming out of this terrible event, this terrible tragedy that has fallen on humanity. Okay. So the purging is going on, and hopefully enough of us become conscious of these changes in ourselves from the purge. Because personally, I don't feel like most people are conscious of most of what's going on, emotionally or internally. On the outside of things, even those freedom fighters, you know, I feel like they have a really good idea, but I don't think any of us really fully have the full picture of what's going on. You know, I kind of feel I do, just because I'm looking at this as through a spiritual lens, and I'm looking at life as an experience that is here for our soul's growth. And as my last video, you know, the refinement of the soul, refining our soul to turn into gold or light, if you will. So yeah, having said that, you know, I feel like life is really just a roller coaster, something here that doesn't really, you know, I'm trying to hold on to my words here because I feel like what I was about to say is too loose for interpretation. I was going to say that life doesn't really have much meaning besides the experience of growth, and death is inevitable. It's how we die, what we stand for before we die, all those kinds of things is the test of the soul, and the value of the soul. So yeah, that's my video anyhow. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back again sometime soon. I spent the afternoon here outside in the freezing rain protesting for a little bit, and I'm still a little cold there, trying to warm up a bit. Yeah, winter's coming. So anyhow, I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.